Hello and welcome everyone to this week's COT review. I'm Thomas from COTbase.com. Today we're going to have a look at the 7th Commitments of Traders report in 2014. As usual, we're going to start off with the changes in commercials positions. So here we go. As you can see, we've got soybean oil on top of our list with a 36% change in commercials positions, 40% change in large speculators. You can see the changes over here. They are definitely much larger than average, but we do see similarly large changes in the past. Actually, let's just stay here for a second and you may see how effective these COT change signals are occasionally. Here we have a bullish COT change signal. The previous one I showed you was a bearish one. So actually this change size may be able to push prices a bit lower. Now, of course, let's not forget about the COT Extreme signal's strength, and you may see that not long ago we had this very large bullish COT Extreme signal. And it's just coinciding with this bottom over here. So basically, the trend has changed. Now it's turning upwards. We can see prices rallying, and I believe we still have some space left for this rally to continue. A very significant bearish COT Extreme would arise if we could reach, well, let's say roughly 100,000 contracts net short level in case of commercials. Well, we're not there yet. We're still actually above the zero line. They're net long. So this rally may easily continue for a few more months, or maybe years, actually. But let's move on and have a look at silver. Silver, where we have a 31% change in commercials positions, 43% change in large speculators. You may see the changes over here being definitely much larger than average. We can, again, conclude that this is a bearish COT change signal, possibly capable of pushing prices lower. We can find a similar change size over here, which was unable to push prices significantly lower, and that's basically not too much. But hey, do your homework, check this chart at home, and see whether these change signals in silver market are capable of affecting prices. Opening a 5 years chart, you may see the extreme situation in silver. We don't really have one because it would be the case if commercials, large specs would be close to the zero line or very far from it, and they're basically more or less in between, so we can't really talk about a very large extreme. Actually, the last extreme was a bullish one over here. I'm showing you that is, I believe, is still in place. Prices could not go below this bottom over here, so this rally may continue even more. And now moving on to NASDAQ, where we have this 24% change in commercials positions and 26 in large specs. You may see this change over here. It is a bearish extreme. Pardon me. I wanted to say change, 24% change. It is a bearish COT change signal at a very important point over here. Of course, if this is the top right now, that's of course the big question in all indexes. And in the case of NASDAQ, you may see that we are not that far away from a bearish extreme. But we're not there now. We're not there at the moment. So we may need to wait a few more weeks before we get there. Okay, let's move on and have a look at large speculators COT Extreme. Here we go. And you may see that crude oil is on top of our list again. We had crude oil there last week with all-time COT Extreme signals, both in commercials and large speculators. And this extreme is widening. Of course, it is a bearish COT Extreme. We are expecting prices to reach a top soon. Of course, such extremes can be present in a market for quite some time before prices react So please bear that in mind before you go into any trade. So that's actually the case here. There's not too much to talk about because it's a very visible, we could say unquestionable COT Extreme signal, and it suggests prices will decline. Let's move on and have a look at coffee, where we have 144 report extreme in large speculators. Now you may see this extremely large price movement in the coffee market. And of course, pretty large changes also. But let's open a 5-year chart to see the extreme on a much wider time frame. Here we go. Here's the 5-year chart. You may see that basically as this rally is happening, of course, traders are changing their positions rapidly. Commercials are just selling in the market at any price. And of course, it's a big question how long this rally may continue. As you can see on this 5 years chart, we are getting rapidly getting closer to these extreme levels, which in case of commercials means below 40,000 contracts net short levels. So of course, even if we reach such levels, looking at the pace of this rally, one might ask, okay, this extreme may be reached, but would it be capable of stopping prices? Of course, that's going to be the big question. But we're not there yet. Don't forget that this beautiful bullish COT Extreme over here was the trigger, and of course, prices reacted, and anybody taking this trade back then has more, I'm sure, made a pretty decent profit on this price movement. Moving on to lumber, another soft market where we have 111 report extreme both in commercials and large speculators. Opening the 5 years chart. Here we go. You can see that basically this is a very large bullish extreme in lumber market. Of course, again, another market that we've spoken about in the last couple of reviews. And I've told you before that it is interesting to see this bullish extreme at such price levels. But of course, this does not mean that prices could not rally even more from here. It's definitely an interesting market. I advise you to have your eyes on it in the upcoming few days and weeks. Okay, that's going to be all for this week. If you would like to have a look at other COT charts, you can do so at our COT charts page. If you would like to have a more in-depth and detailed COT analysis, then check out our COT analysis page and try out other COT report types or add other great functions to your table. A lot of great functions on cotbase.com for your commitments of traders analysis. I hope you enjoyed my review, and I hope to see you next week. Have a great weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.